Chapter 1. The Mark That Broke Me. I'm Jude, an Omega, married to Edward, an Alpha whose pheromones match mine at a near-perfect 98%. Sounds like a dream, right? Except he doesn't love me. Never has. Our marriage was a business deal, a contract sealed by our families because of that damned compatibility score. His heart belongs to my half-brother, Rowan, an Omega with a measly 30% match. And me? I'm just the obstacle in Edward's way, the villain who stole his true love's place. Or so he thinks. Tonight, though everything shattered, Edward's in his susceptible period, a week when alphas lose their grip on reason, driven by instinct. I knew it was coming. His scent's been sharper, cedarwood spiking the air like a warning. I should have stayed away, locked myself in the guest room, anything to avoid him. But I didn't. Maybe a part of me still hoped, stupidly, that our bond could mean something. That he'd see me. Big mistake. Edward, please, let me go. I gasp, my voice breaking as I push against his chest. His hands are iron on my wrists, pinning me to the bed. His eyes, usually cold and distant, burn red with primal need. My own pheromones, grapefruit sharp, flood the room, betraying my fear, my want, my everything. I'm an Omega. My body responds to him even when my heart screams to run. He doesn't hear me, or doesn't care. His teeth sink into the sensitive gland at my neck, and pain rips through me, hot and searing. Cedarwood overwhelms my senses as his pheromones flood my system, marking me as his, forever. I scream, tears streaming down my face, but it's not the physical pain that breaks me. It's the truth. He's claiming me, but not because he wants me. It's instinct. It's biology. It's everything but love. I've loved him since I was 16, when I saw him speak at a university event. Tall, commanding, his voice steady and sure. I gave him my umbrella in the rain, too shy to say much, and dreamed of him for years. When our families arranged this marriage, I thought it was fate. A chance to make him see me. But a year in, I'm still invisible. Worse, I'm the enemy. The marking lasts 7 days. 7 days of tangled sheets, my body aching, my dignity in shreds. When it's over, I'm a wreck, dehydrated, bruised, barely able to stand. Edward pulls himself together like nothing happened, his suit pristine as he steps over me. That's when the door swings open. Rowan stands there, his delicate features pale with shock. His dark eyes flick from Edward to me, sprawled on the floor like some discarded toy. Edward, what is this? His voice trembles, but there's an edge to it, like he's already decided I'm to blame. Rowan, wait. Edward's out the door before I can blink, chasing after him. I'm left alone, the silence louder than my sobs. My neck throbs where he marked me, a permanent reminder of a bond one never wanted like this. I drag myself to the bathroom, splash cold water on my face, and try to breathe. My reflection looks like a stranger. Eyes swollen, lips cracked. This isn't how I imagined love. I think back to a year ago, our first month married. We'd gone to a gala, one of those glittering events where everyone pretends to like each other. Rowan was there, of course. He's always there, hovering like a storm cloud. I tried to be the perfect spouse, smiling at Edward's side, but then Rowan tripped near the pool. I reached to help him, and he grabbed my arm, pulling us both into the water. The crowd gasped. I surfaced, shivering, my suit clinging to me like shame. Edward dove in straight for Rowan. He lifted him out, cradling him like something precious, his face soft with worry. "Are you okay?" he asked, brushing wet hair from Rowan's eyes. I stood there, dripping, forgotten, as whispers rippled through the guests. "Poor thing," someone murmured. "Not about me." Later, in the car, Rowan sniffled. Jude pushed me. One sentence, and Edward's eyes turned to ice. "Is that true?" he snapped, not even looking at me. "No, I didn't." I started, but he cut me off. "Enough. I don't want to hear it." His voice was final, like a judge's gavel. I sat in silence, soaking wet, while he fussed over Rowan's damp clothes. When we got home, I apologized. Me, for something I didn't do, because I thought if I tried harder, loved deeper, he'd see the truth. Now, staring at the bathroom tiles, I laugh. A bitter, broken sound. I've spent a year chasing that fantasy, cooking his favorite meals, memorizing his schedule, tiptoeing around his moods. All for nothing. He marked me not out of love, but because his body demanded it. And when Rowan walked in, he ran to him. Again. I slide to the floor, hugging my knees. The mark on my neck pulses, tying me to a man who'd rather I didn't exist. I think of Rowan's words at that gala, his smirk as he leaned close. The one who's not loved is the real loser. I hated him for saying it, but he wasn't wrong. My phone buzzes on the counter. It's Grayson, my oldest friend, the only one who's stuck by me since this marriage began. You okay? Haven't heard from you. His texts are always short, steady, like him. A beta, no pheromones to complicate things, just quiet reliability. I want to answer, to tell him everything, but my fingers shake too much to type. Instead, I force myself up. I need to eat, to drink, to survive this. Edward's gone, probably soothing Rowan's delicate feelings. I'm alone, but maybe that's better. Maybe it's time I stop hoping for a miracle. I loved Edward with everything I had, and it wasn't enough. Now, with his mark burning into my skin, I'm not sure I have anything left to give. I stumble to the kitchen, grab a glass of water, and choke it down. The house is too quiet, the kind of quiet that screams. I don't know what comes next, but I know one thing. I can't keep living like this. Not for him. Not for anyone. Chapter 2. The heat that humiliated me. I thought the mark was the worst of it. I was wrong. A month after Edward's susceptible period, my own biology betrays me. My first heat as a married Omega hits, a 7-day storm of instinct and need. I should have known it would be brutal. 98% compatibility with Edward means my body craves him like air. But knowing he doesn't want me, that he'd rather chew glass than touch me willingly, makes it unbearable. I'm in the kitchen when it starts, chopping vegetables for dinner like some pathetic attempt at normalcy. My hands shake, the knife slipping as a wave of heat curls through me. Grapefruit-scented pheromones flood the room, sharp and desperate. I grip the counter, breathing hard, trying to stay grounded. Edward's in his study, working, always working. I don't want to go to him. I don't. But my body doesn't care what I want. Get it together, Jude, I mutter, splashing cold water on my face. It doesn't help. The heat's like a fever, burning me from the inside out. I know what I need. Edward's pheromones, his touch, anything to calm the fire. We're married. We're compatible. Maybe, just maybe, this could be a chance to bridge the gap between us. Stupid, hopeful Jude, still believing in miracles. I stumble to his study, each step heavier than the last. My vision blurs, my skin too tight. I knock, my voice barely a whisper. Edward, can I talk to you? He looks up from his laptop, his cedarwood scent hitting me like a punch. His eyes narrow, taking in my flushed face, the way I'm clutching the doorframe. What's wrong with you? He asks, like I'm an inconvenience. I'm in heat. I manage, hating how small I sound. I release a tentative thread of my pheromones, hoping he'll respond. We're matched, damn it. He has to feel something. He doesn't. His face twists, disgust plain as day. Control yourself, Jude. Your scent is suffocating. He leans back, crossing his arms. Get out. I freeze, humiliation burning hotter than the heat. Please, I say, voice cracking. I just need a little help. It hurts. His jaw tightens. You think I want to deal with this? With you. He stands, towering over me. You're my husband in name only. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I should leave. I should. But my body moves before my brain catches up, stepping closer, reaching for his arm. Edward, He shoves me hard. I stumble, hitting the floor, pain shooting through my knees. Don't touch me, he snaps. Your pheromones are repulsive. Keep them to yourself or I swear, I'll have your gland removed. The threat lands like a blade. My gland. The part of me that makes me an Omega, that ties me to him. I stare at him, tears spilling over, but he's already turned away, back to his work like I'm nothing. I crawl to my feet, my pride in tatters, and stagger out. The next 7 days are hell. I lock myself in the guest room, but the heat doesn't care about locks. It's relentless, a clawing need that leaves me gasping, clawing at the sheets, biting my lip until it bleeds. I try suppressants. Edward has a doctor deliver a box, probably to avoid dealing with me, but they're useless against our compatibility. My body wants him, only him, and he knows it. He doesn't come near me, not once. I hear him moving around the house, his footsteps cold and distant. Once, I lose it, banging on his door, sobbing. Edward, please, just one suppressant more, anything. He opens the door, looks at me like I'm vermin, and kicks me back. Stay away, he says, slamming it shut. By day 5, I'm a wreck, nails broken from scratching the floor, voice hoarse from crying. I think of Rowan, always Rowan, and the times he's twisted Edward against me. Like last month, when he accidentally spilled hot coffee on himself at a family dinner. Jude did it? He whimpered, big eyes brimming with tears. Edward didn't even ask me. He grabbed my arm, his grip bruising, and hissed, "You're pathetic," targeting him out of jealousy. Jealousy? I'd laughed, bitter. He poured it on himself. Edward's hand cracked across my face. "Don't lie to me." Rowan smirked behind him, and I realized then, I'd never win. Not against his precious white moonlight. Or the time at a charity event, when Rowan slapped me in front of everyone, claiming I'd insulted him. I hadn't said a word, but Edward believed him, always him. "Know your place, Jude," he'd growled, his hand on my throat, public and humiliating. "If it weren't for that damned compatibility, I'd never have married someone like you." Now, curled on the guest room floor, I relive those moments, each one a cut deeper than the last. I've spent a year trying to prove I'm not the villain he thinks I am. I've cooked, cleaned, smiled through his contempt, thinking love could change him. But love doesn't work like that. Not when it's one-sided. The heat ends with me passing out from dehydration, my body giving up before my heart does. When I wake, Edward's gone. Probably with Rowan, as usual. I drag myself to the shower, the cold water a small mercy. My reflection shows a ghost. Hollow eyes, bitten lips, a neck still raw from his mark. I touch it, hating how it binds me to him. Grayson texts me as I'm drying off. "You alive?" I'm worried. I want to call him to spill everything, but I can't. Not yet. He's the only one who's never judged me, never asked for more than I could give. But admitting this feels like admitting I've failed. I text back, "I'm fine, just tired." A lie, but he doesn't push. He never does. I head to the kitchen, forcing myself to eat something, anything. The house feels like a cage. Edward's scent lingering in every corner. I don't know how to keep going like this. Married to a man who'd rather see me suffer than help me. But I know one thing. I can't let him break me again. Not like this. Chapter 3. The surgery that changed everything. It's been a month since Edward's susceptible period, and the mark on my neck still burns. A constant reminder of a bond one never wanted this way. I'm in the kitchen, trying to focus on making tea, when the front door slams. Edward's back. His cedarwood scent hits me before I see him, and my stomach twists. I haven't seen him in days. He's been avoiding me, probably with Rowan. But now he's here, his face a storm cloud. "Jude," he says, voice flat, "we need to talk." I set the kettle down, bracing myself. "About what?" My voice is steadier than I feel. I'm still raw from my heat, from his rejection, from the way he left me to suffer. But I'm done begging. He steps closer, his eyes cold. "The mark. It was a mistake. I've arranged for a cleaning surgery." I blink, my heart stuttering. Cleaning surgery. Removing an alpha's mark from an omega is no small thing, especially with our 98% compatibility. It's dangerous, potentially deadly. My hand instinctively goes to my neck, where his bite lingers. "You know what that could do to me," I say, my voice low. "The risks. I could die." He doesn't flinch. "I've hired the best doctors. You'll be fine." He pulls out a black card, tossing it on the counter like it's nothing. "No limit. Compensation for your trouble." Compensation. Like my life is a business deal gone wrong. I stare at the card, my chest tightening. "This isn't about money, Edward. You forced that mark on me. And now, because Rowan doesn't like it, you want to rip it out? Risk my life." His jaw clenches, and for a second, I think I see a flicker of guilt in his eyes. But it's gone fast. "Rowan's upset," he says, like that explains everything. "He doesn't want you tied to me like this. And frankly, neither do I." I laugh, sharp and bitter. "You don't want me tied to you? You're the one who bit me, Edward. I begged you to stop." My voice cracks, but I push on. "You know our compatibility makes this surgery a gamble. If I die, will you even care?" He steps closer, grabbing my chin, forcing me to meet his gaze. "You wanted this marriage, Jude. You knew what it was. Don't act like a victim now." His words hit like a slap. I jerk my face away, my hands shaking. "I wanted you," I admit, hating myself for it. "But not like this. Never like this." He lets go, his expression unreadable. The surgery's scheduled for tomorrow. Be ready. He turns to leave, but I grab his sleeve, desperation overriding sense. Edward, please. You know what this could do to me. To my gland. To my... I stop, swallowing the word life. I won't beg him again. Not after last time. He shakes me off, his voice cold. Pack a bag. The car's coming at 8. I'm left standing there, the black card mocking me from the counter. I don't touch it. Instead, I stumble to my room, locking the door. My phone buzzes, Grayson, checking in. You okay? Haven't seen you in a while. I want to tell him, but the words won't come. I type I'm fine and hit send, knowing it's a lie. The next morning, I'm dragged to the hospital by 2 of Edward's security guys. I fight, scream, plead, but they don't care. Edward's in the car, staring straight ahead, his face a mask. Edward, don't do this. I say, my voice raw. I'll do anything. Just don't make me. Enough, he snaps. This ends now. In the hospital, they strap me to a surgical bed, the cold metal biting into my skin. The doctor, a stern woman with clipped words, preps me, explaining the procedure like it's routine. High compatibility makes it trickier, she says, not meeting my eyes. But we'll do our best. I'm trembling, tears streaming down my face. Edward, please, I whisper, one last time. He's standing by the door, arms crossed, unmoved. His phone rings, and he answers it, his voice softening instantly. Rowan, I'm coming. Just wait. He signals the guards to cover my mouth, and then he's gone, leaving me to face this alone. I close my eyes, ready to give up, when the doctor's voice cuts through. Wait. You're pregnant. My eyes snap open. What? I choke out, my voice muffled by the guard's hand. They release me, and the doctor hands me a report, her face a mix of concern and disbelief. I scan it, my hands shaking. Positive. A baby. Edward's baby. I laugh, a broken, disbelieving sound. Of all the times for a miracle, it's now when I'm strapped to a table, about to lose everything. The guards look confused, but I'm already moving, ripping off the restraints. I'm not doing this, I say, my voice firm for the first time in months. I'm leaving. They try to stop me, but I'm faster, fueled by something stronger than fear. I stumble out of the hospital, the report clutched to my chest. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I can't stay here. Not with him. Not with this child growing inside me. 2 hours later, I'm back at the hospital. Not because I changed my mind, but because I've made a new one. I find the doctor, my hands steady now. Do the surgery, I say. No anesthesia. I need to protect my baby. She hesitates, her eyes searching mine. It'll be painful. And the baby. I know. I cut her off. I can handle it. I lie back on the table, staring at the ceiling. This isn't about Edward anymore. It's about me, about the life I'm carrying. I've spent a year trying to make him love me, letting him and Rowan tear me apart. No more. This marriage. It's over. I'm doing this for me, for my child, for the future I deserve. The doctor starts, and the pain is blinding, but I grit my teeth and hold on. I'm done being Edward's victim. When this is over, I'll be free. Chapter 4. No more his, now my own. The surgery leaves me hollowed out, like someone carved a piece of my soul and left the edges raw. My neck throbs where the mark used to be, but the pain is nothing compared to the weight lifting from my chest. I'm free, or as free as I can be, carrying Edward's child and the scars of a marriage that never was. I'm in my new apartment, a small place I rented with what little savings I had. It's bare, but it's mine. No cedarwood sent to haunt me, no Rowan smirking in the shadows. I'm unpacking a box of clothes when Grayson knocks. He's got that easy smile, the one that's never judged me, even when I was a lovesick fool for Edward. Need a hand? He asks, leaning against the doorframe, his beta calm a balm to my frayed nerves. You're already here, I say, tossing him a folded sweater. Might as well make yourself useful. He catches it, chuckling. Bossy already. This place suits you. He glances around, then back at me, his eyes softening. You look different. Lighter. I pause, my hand on a pair of jeans. I left him, Grayson. For good. The words feel real now, solid. I'm done. He nods, no questions, just acceptance. Good. You deserve better. He hesitates, then adds, you know I'm here, right? Whatever you need. I swallow hard, the truth sitting heavy in my throat. There's something else. I say, my voice low. I'm pregnant. His eyes widen, but he doesn't flinch. Edwards? He asks, and I nod. He steps closer, his voice gentle. What do you want to do? I'm keeping it. I say, my hand resting on my stomach. This kid, it's mine, not his. I'll figure it out. Grayson smiles, small but warm. You won't be alone. I got your back, Jude. Always. I want to cry, but I don't. Instead, I hug him, quick and fierce, because words aren't enough. He's been my rock since we were kids, the one person who never asked me to be anything but myself. With him, I can breathe. A week later, I'm back at the apartment after a grocery run, juggling bags when I see him. Edward. He's leaning against my door, cigarette in hand, the tip glowing red. His cedarwood scent hits me, and my stomach lurches, a mix of old instinct and new revulsion. I stop short, gripping the bags tighter. What are you doing here? He straightens, flicking the cigarette away. I needed to see you. His voice is low, almost careful, like he's testing the waters. There's nothing to see, I say, stepping past him to unlock the door. We're done, Edward. You made that clear. He grabs my wrist, gentle but firm. I yank it free, glaring. Don't touch me. My voice is sharp, and he steps back, hands raised. The house feels wrong, he says, rubbing the back of his neck. The diffuser scents are off. My shirts aren't right. I thought you'd know which brands we used. I laugh, a dry, humorless sound. You came all this way to ask about diffusers? Ask the housekeeper. I left her a list. I turn to go inside, but he blocks the door, not aggressive. Just there. Jude, wait, he says, his eyes searching mine. Can I come in? Just to talk. We're divorced. I snap, my patience fraying. There's nothing to talk about. I push past him, but his scent clings, stirring something in my gut. Not want, disgust. My body's still recovering from the surgery, still wired to react to him, and I hate it. He doesn't move, just stands there, looking lost. I didn't mean for things to end like this, he says, almost to himself. You didn't mean for a lot of things. I shoot back. Like marking me, or dragging me to that surgery, or choosing Rowan every damn time. I slam the door before he can respond, my hands shaking as I lean against it. His footsteps linger, then fade. Inside, I drop the groceries and sink onto the couch. My phone buzzes. Grayson. Dinner tonight? I'm buying. I smile despite myself, texting back, only if it's pizza. He replies with a thumbs up, and the knot in my chest loosens. Days pass and I settle into a rhythm. Grayson helps with the apartment, bringing takeout or fixing a leaky faucet like it's no big deal. I see a doctor, confirm the pregnancy's stable despite the surgery. You're lucky, she says, handing me a sonogram. No anesthesia was the right call. I stare at the blurry image, a tiny life I'll protect no matter what. Then Edward shows up again. This time he's got a box of pastries from a bakery I used to love. A peace offering, he says, holding it out like it'll fix everything. I don't take it. What are you doing, Edward? We're over. You got what you wanted. His jaw tightens, but he doesn't argue. I just thought you liked these. I liked a lot of things, I say, crossing my arms. Didn't stop you from walking all over me. He looks away, his shoulders slumping. I'm trying, Jude. I know I messed up. Trying? I scoff. You don't get to try now. You had a year. You chose Rowan. You chose to hurt me. My voice shakes, but I don't care. Leave, and take your pastries with you. He sets the box down anyway, then walks away. I toss it in the trash, my hands trembling. His scent lingers, and I open a window, letting the fresh air chase it out. I'm done letting him haunt me. Grayson shows up that evening, pizza in hand. Bad day? He asks, noticing my tense shoulders. Edward, I say, and he nods, no need for more. We eat in silence for a bit, then he nudges my foot under the table. You're stronger than you think, he says, his voice quiet but sure. You've got this, and I've got you. I smile, small but real. For the first time in months, I believe it. I'm not the Jude who begged for Edward's scraps. I'm building something new. For me, for my kid, for the life I deserve. And with Grayson by my side, I'm not alone. Chapter 5. Regret and Retribution. I'm trying to move on. I really am. My apartment's starting to feel like home, with Grayson's bad jokes and the faint grapefruit tang of my own scent settling into the walls. But Edward keeps showing up, like a ghost who doesn't know he's dead. Flowers one day, a box of my favorite tea the next. Each time, I shut the door in his face, but his cedarwood scent clings, stirring up nausea and memories I'd rather bury. My body's still a mess from the cleaning surgery, hypersensitive to him, and it's maddening. Today, I'm at a cafe, sipping decaf to keep the baby happy, when Edward slides into the seat across from me. No warning, just him, all sharp jawline and brooding eyes. "Jude," he says, voice softer than I'm used to. "Can we talk?" I set my mug down hard enough to make it clink. "You don't get to keep doing this," I say, keeping my voice low so the barista doesn't stare. "We're divorced. Stop stalking me." "I'm not." He stops, rubbing his face. "I'm trying to make things right. I was wrong. Okay? About a lot." I laugh, sharp and cold. "Wrong? You marked me against my will, Edward. You dragged me to a surgery that could have killed me. Because Rowan didn't like it." I lean forward, my voice a hiss. "You don't get to say sorry and make it go away." His eyes flicker with something. Guilt, maybe, but before he can respond, the cafe door jingles. Rowan, of course. He struts in, all delicate features and venomous glare, his pheromones a cloying mix of lavender and spite. "Edward," he whines, ignoring me. "You said you'd meet me 10 minutes ago." Edward's jaw tightens. "Rowan, not now." Rowan's eyes snap to me, narrowing. "What's he doing here? Still clinging to you, huh?" He steps closer, his voice dripping with mock pity. "Poor Jude, always the pathetic one." "Back off, Rowan," I say, standing. My stomach churns, his scent mixing with Edward's in a way that makes my head spin. "I don't want your drama." "Drama?" Rowan laughs, high and cruel. "You stole my life, Jude. Edward was mine until you and your stupid compatibility got in the way." I'm about to snap back when Edward stands, his voice low and dangerous. "Rowan, enough. Leave him alone." Rowan freezes, his face crumpling. "You're defending him? After everything?" He steps toward me, hand raised like he's going to slap me again, but Edward grabs his wrist, hard. "Don't touch him," Edward says, his tone icy. "Not ever again." Rowan yanks his arm free, tears welling up. "You're choosing him over me? After all I've done for you." He storms out, the door slamming behind him. I'm left staring at Edward, my heart pounding. That was new. "Don't think this changes anything," I say, grabbing my bag. "You don't get points for doing the bare minimum." "Jude, wait," he calls, but I'm already out the door, my head spinning. I make it 2 blocks before my body betrays me. A familiar heat creeps up my spine, my pheromones flaring without warning. The surgery didn't fully sever our bond. Damn our compatibility. And now my body's reacting to him, to stress, to everything. A heat, unprovoked and early. Perfect. I stumble into an alley, leaning against a wall, trying to breathe through it. My phone's in my hand, Grayson's number on speed dial, but before I can call, Edward's there. His scent hits me, and I gag, my body caught between wanting him and wanting to puke. "Jude, what's wrong?" he asks, reaching for me. "Don't," I snap, pushing him back. "This is your fault. The surgery, the mark. My body's still screwed up because of you." My voice breaks, and I hate it. "Just go." He doesn't. Instead, he kneels, keeping his distance, his voice soft. "I'm sorry. Let me help. Please." He releases a controlled thread of cedarwood, gentle, trying to calm my heat. It works, barely easing the fire in my veins, but it also makes me want to scream. I don't want his help. I don't want him. "Stop," I say, tears burning my eyes. "You don't get to play hero now." But my body's not listening, leaning into his scent despite my protests. I'm shaking, caught in a tug of war between instinct and anger. "Jude," he says, his voice cracking. "I didn't know you were pregnant. If I had." Cut him off, my voice raw. "You knew. You didn't care. You told Rowan our kid didn't deserve to exist." The words spill out, jagged and true. I overheard him weeks ago when I went to tell him about the baby, hoping it might change things. Instead, I heard him say it. If he's pregnant, it doesn't matter. That child shouldn't be born. Edward's face pales. "I didn't mean it," he says, but it's weak. Like he knows it's too late. "You did," I say, wiping my face. "You meant every word. And I'm done pretending you didn't." The heat's fading, my body stabilizing, but I'm still trembling. This baby is mine. Not yours. You don't get to claim us now. He reaches for me, but I step back, my voice steady. Stay away from me, Edward. I mean it. I turn, walking away, my legs shaky but my resolve ironclad. I call Grayson, and he's there in minutes, his car pulling up as I slump against a streetlight. You okay? He asks, his voice all warmth and worry. No, I admit, climbing in. But I will be. I glance back, half expecting Edward to follow, but he's gone. Good. At home, Grayson makes tea, his quiet presence grounding me. He's not worth it, he says, handing me a mug. You know that, right? I nod, staring into the steam. I do, but it still hurts. I touch my stomach, feeling the faint flutter of life. This kid's all that matters now. And you. He smiles a little shy. Always got your back, Jude. I lean against him, just for a moment, letting his steady calm wash over me. Edward's regret can't fix what he broke. But with Grayson here, and my baby growing, I'm starting to believe I can build something new. Something real. Chapter 6. A reckoning and a new dawn. I'm packing my bags, ready to leave the city and its ghosts behind. Grayson's waiting for me at the airport, 2 tickets to a fresh start in hand. My hand rests on my stomach, the faint swell of my pregnancy a reminder of what I'm fighting for. I'm done with Edward, done with Rowan, done with the pain they've carved into me. But fate, it seems, has one last twist. I'm halfway to the airport, my cab weaving through traffic, when the world goes dark. A sharp pain blooms at the back of my head, and I wake to the smell of damp concrete and lavender. Rowan's scent, cloying and bitter. I'm tied to a chair, my wrists burning against rough rope. Rowan stands in front of me, a fruit knife glinting in his hand, his eyes wild with something unhinged. You ruined everything, he spits, pacing the empty warehouse. Edward was mine. Then you and your perfect compatibility swooped in. And now you're pregnant. He laughs, a jagged sound. You think that baby will make him love you? I'll make sure it doesn't. I force myself to stay calm, my voice steady despite the fear clawing my chest. Rowan, this is insane. You're breaking the law. Let me go. Law? He cackles, stepping closer, the knife catching the dim light. I've lost everything, Jude. Edward kicked me out of the family, cut me off because of you. You told him about the umbrella, didn't you? I blink, confused. What umbrella? He leans in, his face inches from mine. Don't play dumb. That day at the university, the rain, the umbrella you gave him. He thought it was me. He loved me because of it. And you ruined it. The memory hits me like a punch. Years ago, I saw Edward at a lecture, soaked in a downpour. I was too shy to speak, so I handed him my umbrella, my face half hidden by a scarf. We talked, laughed, walked together under it. I never told him my name, too nervous to confess. Later, he found Rowan's name stitched on the umbrella. My brother's, borrowed that day. He thought Rowan was his mystery savior, his white moonlight. You stole my moment. I whisper, realization bitter in my throat. He loved you because of me. Rowan's face twists. And now you'll pay for it. He raises the knife, aiming for my neck, my gland. No baby, no gland, no Edward. I close my eyes, bracing for pain, when a loud crash echoes. The door splinters open, and Edward's there, his silhouette sharp against the light. Rowan, stop, he shouts, his voice raw with panic. Rowan spins, pressing the knife to my gland, a bead of blood welling up. Stay back, Edward. I'll fix this. I'll make you love me again. Edward steps closer, hands raised, his voice soft but firm. Rowan, put the knife down. I don't love him. I love you. His words are a lie, smooth and calculated. And I see Rowan's grip falter, his eyes softening with hope. I seize the moment, slamming my chair back into Rowan. He stumbles, the knife clattering to the floor. Edward lunges, pinning him down as sirens wail in the distance. Rowan screams, thrashing, but Edward's pheromones flood the room. A cedarwood wave that forces Rowan into submission. I'm shaking, blood trickling down my neck, when Edward unties me. His hands are gentle, but I flinch, my body rejecting his touch. He notices, his face crumpling. Jude, I'm sorry, he says, his voice breaking. I didn't know it was you, that day with the umbrella. If I'd known. Stop, I say, my voice hoarse. It doesn't matter. Police swarm in, cuffing Rowan, who's sobbing hysterically. Edward tries to help me up, but I pull away, my legs wobbly but my resolve iron. You saved me. Thank you. But we're done. He grabs my arm, desperation in his eyes. Jude, please. I was wrong. I love you. I see that now. Give me a chance to make it right. I laugh, a broken, tired sound. You love me now? After you marked me, humiliated me, tried to erase me? After you told Rowan our child shouldn't exist? I step back, my hand on my stomach. Your love is too late, Edward. It's worth less than nothing. His face pales, and I see the blood seeping through his shirt. A wound from the scuffle, the knife catching him instead of me. Jude, he says, voice weak. I'd die for you. Doesn't that mean anything? It means we're even. I say, my voice flat. You hurt me. You saved me. We're done. I turn, walking out into the night, the police lights flashing behind me. He calls my name, but I don't look back. At the hospital, Grayson's waiting, his face pale with worry. Jude, he breathes, pulling me into a hug. I lean into him, his warmth steadying me. I thought I lost you. You didn't, I say, my voice muffled against his shoulder. You never will. We leave the city that night, the airport a blur of lights and noise. On the plane, I stare out the window, my hand on my stomach. The baby's safe and so am I. Grayson's beside me, his hand brushing mine. A quiet promise. Grayson's epilogue. I'm Grayson, a beta, the invisible one in a world of alphas and omegas. I've loved Jude since we were kids, since he called me Gray, with that shy smile. I watched him fall for Edward, watched him break, and it killed me. But I stayed because Jude's worth everything. When he told me about the baby, I didn't hesitate. I'd raised that kid as my own, no questions asked. Edward's a fool, chasing regrets too late. I saw Jude's strength, his fire, even when he couldn't. So when he said he wanted to leave, I said I'd go with him. Now we're here in a new city, a new life. Jude's smiling again, his hand on his growing belly, and I'm building us a home. If Edward ever comes near him again, I've got enough pull now. Bought up most of his family's company, just in case, to make him regret it. But I don't think he will. Jude's done with him, and I'm here for the long haul. Gray, Jude says, his voice soft, his eyes warm. Thanks for waiting. I grin, my heart full. Always, Jude. Always.